been asked about this one a lot, and that is, Eric, how do I change the automatic transmission fluid in my Honda? I gotta tell you, my friend, it could not be simpler. Today we have this 99 3.2 TL. Honestly, it works this way on just about every Honda automatic transmission I've run into. The only exception would be the CVTs, which I don't have a whole lot of experience with, but you know what? There aren't a whole lot of CVTs out there, so. And here's the other thing. The capacity for just about everything, I mean seriously, just about everything, is 3 quarts. It is imperative, however, that you use the Honda ATF Z1. Don't use Dextron in this transmission. I've had some people tell me they've had success with synthetic fluid. I've never tried it personally, so I don't really know what the results with that would be. But you can never ever go wrong with Honda automatic transmission fluid. So I cannot stress enough, do not put Dextron Mercon in these transmissions. Put Honda ATF Z1 in a Honda. Yeah, that's accurate, but that's only in North America. Every place else they call these things Hondas. Let's get started. On this vehicle, the transmission is located on this side of the car, so we're going to jack that up. There's some tow hooks in the front that I'm going to use in order to jack it up, and then I'm going to put a jack stand under the pinch weld. Look for the Fruit Loop. Now while you're under the car, look on the outside of the transmission for this guy with the square hole, because that is the drain. All you need is a 3/8 ratchet. Sorry for the shakiness. Put a drain pan under it, and if you have one like I do that has this, take that off or else it'll bubble and blurp all over the place. And I'll put the pan under kind of long ways so that when the fluid comes out, which it will come out, it's got a place to go. Then while you're at it, clean this off with a rag or something while that's draining out. It's just a magnet. It's got little shavings. It's doing its job. You're just cleaning off the stuff. Alright, now while I'm waiting, I'm going to open up the fill plug, and that is that guy right there. That is the fill plug. It's a 17mm head. I use a 1/2 inch to get down on it, like that, and a 1/2 inch ratchet to knock it loose, because it is on there. Now, some Hondas won't have a fill plug like this. These V6s do. The 4-cylinders, the dipstick that you pull out has that big rubber grommet on it. You fill it through the dipstick hole. I really haven't seen any other variant, but if you got like a small skinny little dipstick, then look for a plug like this. If you've got a dipstick that has a big fat rubber grommet on it, then just fill it through that hole where the dipstick came out of. And some of these, especially on TLs, you may find has some kind of funky little tube that goes into the top there. That is something from a campaign from Acura and Honda, because what you're looking at on the top there, through this hole, that's second gear. They put like a cooling line that they ran into the top of this. And in order to get that out, you just take out, there should be like a little 10mm fastener that's close by that you take out there. Take that out and pull the whole tube assembly out. But it's in the same position as this, right on the top of the transmission. But you may find on some transmissions that instead of having this plug, you've got a metal tube that goes down into that hole. Now it's pretty much down to dripping. Just really should install a new crush washer on these, especially on this one since it's mushroomed out. Unfortunately, I don't have one.
But they're available at the auto parts store, but you don't need to tighten these so much that you start to deform these gaskets. But you can reuse the gaskets many times because, let's face it, you're not going to change transmission fluid as much as you're changing oil. Recommended service interval is every 30,000 miles.
Now I'll just take a funnel like this and stick it down in the hole. And then really, all I do is just dump them in. 3 quarts. That last quart, I let it sit in the funnel for a little while longer to let it all drain out of the funnel as much as possible. Reinstall your plug. You don't normally need to replace this washer. Yeah, it really is that easy. There is no filter. The filter is internal inside the transmission. So all you do every 30,000 miles is swap out 3 quarts of transmission fluid. If you want to do a flush, then change the fluid 3 times with a drive cycle in between. So change the fluid once, take it out, drive it around, bring it back, change the fluid again, take it out, drive it around, change the fluid again. That's the Honda procedure. Actually, about the time Honda started having all kinds of trouble with transmissions with these cars, they came out with a transmission flush machine for us, and it actually has like fluid that runs through and flushes out all the fluid inside the transmission. I think that thing sat in a box for about 6 months before somebody actually opened it at the dealer. I'm not lying. So, some places are better than others about that, but we were replacing a lot of transmissions in these cars, but that's not what this video is about. Yeah, so 3 quarts Honda ATF Z1 every 30,000 miles. You're good to go. Like I said about transmission, about synthetic fluids, I've never used them. Couldn't say one way or the other. So you got me there. So you tell me. I'm Eric the Car Guy. You can always visit me at ericthecarguy.com or follow me on Facebook and Twitter. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and of course, stay dirty. Or stay dirty. Or stay dirty. I kind of like that one. Stay dirty. We do like to have fun.